Hey, I'm Will from Cardboard Minute. We're going to be taking a look at Fantastic Factories. This is a game designed by Chen and Justin Faulkner and published by Deepwater Games and Metafactory Games. This was originally a Kickstarter, but is available for retail. I will also be including the Manufactions expansion, which doesn't really change the gameplay much from the main game. So if you're looking for explanations on how to play, I will show you the differences between the two, as well as I will be playing a complete solo playthrough, and then we'll give my review afterwards. So let's head on down and I'll show you how to play. So here I have the base game set up. I have already mixed in the cards, but the setup is the same. The only difference with the Manufactions expansion is instead of the basic starting resources, you are instead going to give each player 2 different company tiles in which they will pick one and then keep the other. And these company tiles will dictate how many starting cards they get, as well as starting resources, as opposed to the 2 energy, metal, and the 4 cards. So what we are doing in this game is we are contracting specialists, we are picking up factory blueprints, we are going to the headquarters with our action dice, doing different things to gather different resources, and then of course building different factories, all in the name of goods, which are these little box tokens, and points, which are on the buildings. So gameplay will take place in 2 different phases that will repeat until the conditions are met to end the game, and then the players will play one final turn. So the first phase, players will take turns drafting a card from one of the 2 markets. Either they will just pick up one of the blueprint cards and add to their hand and then refill it with a new one, or they will discard a card with a matching colored symbol to pick up the specialist that is below that symbol. Some specialists have additional cost, which we must pay at the time of collecting it. Specialists are all activated immediately upon collection and then discarded. You may, once per your turn, pay 1 resource of your choice to completely clear one of the rows and then refill it before you draw. And that way you get a little bit more option. And I do recommend this if you're looking for something specific to work with what you're doing. After each player has collected their card, then you may roll all the dice in your matching color and then begin. And all players at this point will be able to play simultaneously. I do recommend that for the first round, maybe you take turns a little bit until people are comfortable with how the game works. And then you can just let it go and have players play simultaneously, and it really speeds up the game. So what you can do when you're playing, essentially you're going to keep doing different actions until you can't do anything else or you decide to pass. So I have the first player marker here, by the way, and what we're going to do is we can either use dice to send to our headquarters by putting them in the different slots and taking the actions, or you can build cards. So first, let's gather some resources. When you place a die in the headquarters, you will get the thing shown. So in the research section, it doesn't matter which die you place, you get 1 card. If you go to the generate, you have to place a die between 1 and 3, and you get that many energy. So you place the number 3, and you get 3 energy. And then if you visit the mine, you can only place a die 4, 5, or 6. And regardless of the number you place, you only collect 1 metal resource. Now there is a bonus incentive for placing multiple die of the same number. So for example, I visit the research with a 2 and I draw 1 card. If I visit there with another 2, I'll draw a card for the action, but then I'll get a bonus card because I have 2 numbers that are the same. If I place a 3rd die of the same number, I will get 1 card for the action, and then I will get 2 bonuses on top of that because I have placed 3 of the same color. So I've just drawn 6 cards in this manner. If you go to the energy location, you only get a 1 additional bonus regardless of the number that you've placed there. But you still get the value of the die. All right, so you've got some resources, you've got some cards. It's time to build some factories. Now, factory cards have a name, which you can only have one factory of each name in your tableau or your building area in the game. It has a end game point value. It has a building type or a construction type. And then it has some resources. That is the cost of building. So in order to build this, you'll have to discard another card that matches the building type. So I'll need to discard, say, an additional green card to the cumulative discard pile in order to play this, and then I have to spend the resources. So maybe I went here first and got 2 energy, and then discarded the city parks, 3 energy, and a metal in order to play this into my collection. Now, once you have cards, and we're just going to skip ahead and play a few different cards, these will provide additional things that you may do. Now, the gray border cards, or the gray bannered cards, are typically for endgame scoring, and they may have additional effects, which you'll just have to read them, but they are usually worth more points. Now, in terms of how things work, each card's effect can only be used once per round. So you may want to indicate that in some manner once you've used it, either by leaving the resources spent on top of it, or by turning it so you can show that you've done it already. And for example, this one is a metal and 2 energy, and then I can draw 3 cards. Or spend energy to increase the value of an unplaced die by 1. Now, manipulating die is important because you may want to place dice on some factories will have a location where you may place a die at the matching number or following whatever the criteria is for that building and then activating it. So for example, in this one, if I place a 1, it requires 1 energy and then I get 1 good. Remember, goods are points at the end of the game. So you do want to collect these. The game will end when one player either has 12 goods or has built 10 different cards, in which case you will finish the round and then play 1 more complete round and add up your final score. Goods plus the points on buildings. And remember, the monuments can be worth more. So the differences with the Manufactions expansion, not only does it add a ton more cards and contractors, but you will have that special company ability that you'll be able to use throughout the game following the instructions. And there is an additional resource called vitamins. So vitamins can be spent to raise or lower the pip value on a die by 1. But of course, you cannot wrap a 6 over to a 1. And at the end of the round, when you are discarding back down to a total of 12 resources and 10 cards in hand, the vitamins count towards that. Also, you can spend vitamins instead of an energy or metal to wipe one of the rows, as mentioned earlier. So that is it for the main game. I will now go over how the solo works, and the solo is going to work the same regardless of the expansions. So we're going to go ahead, and in this case, instead of giving or sort of taking the color of your choice for the player dice, you are going to give 1 of each color to the AI, as shown here. And then you will deal them 3 random starting cards, or I guess 2 or more. I'm going to be playing at medium difficulty, which is 3 starting cards. And the only thing we're looking at here is the colors. So I'm just going to spread these out so that it's easier to track what the colors are. Okay, and then you're going to take 4 of the generic color die, which you would normally be able to acquire for the game temporarily, but we're just going to use these as our player color since our player is being used up by the AI. And what you're going to do is, after you take your entire complete turn, just as you would normally in a multiplayer game, you are then going to gather up all of the AI dice, and you're going to roll them. And what you're going to do is you're going to compare each grouping of colors, and that's essentially how they generate points. But first, let's evaluate the green die. So the green, if it is a 1, 2, 3, or 4, it will take that numbered card from the buildings and then add it into the pile of the matching colors. Okay? If it's a 5, you will build a card from the top of the deck and then discard and refill the market. If it's a 6, you build a card from the top of the deck and you discard and refill the contractors. So after the AI has built a card, they're going to evaluate each of the die against the piles of each of the individual colors. And what you're looking for is if the die is equal to or less than the number of cards shown in the piles, then the AI will gain 1 good for that pile. At the end of the game, you add up all of the goods you've accumulated, plus 1 point per building, regardless of what the point indication is, but an additional point for each gray or monument building. And then if you can beat that score, then you have won the game. Okay, so let us begin a solo. I'm going to reset the AI a little bit here, just for easier view, and I'm going to discard these cards. Let's grab a starting building, and then we can begin. All right, so let's grab a random couple of companies here to choose from. Okay, so we have Good Life, complexity 2, complexity 1. Good Life, whenever you gain a match bonus in headquarters, also gain that many vitamins equals the bonus, so 1 or 2. And there's 3 resources, they're not a lot, but they're okay. I like the idea of being able to get more vitamins. And then standard tools, when building, the blueprint card you discard does not need to match the tool symbol of the card you're building. Oh, that's pretty powerful. That means I can just discard any card I want. I might go with the Good Life, which I'm going to place my resources over here while I'm playing. So let's put this up here somewhere we can see it, and I'll place resources below. So I'm going to get 3 cards, 3, and a metal, and 2 energy. You see that there? You want, maybe I'll put them down here. I'm used to putting them over here when I'm playing this game. Okay, now let's see what I got, see if we can find any easy synergies. I have an obelisk, which, I mean, while it is a lot of points, doesn't help me at all at the beginning of the game. I can spend a die to get that much metal, must be equal to or less than the number of monument type cards in your combat. Ugh, painful. Equal to or less than. So right now, 0, not helpful. And then this one is spend a card and 3 energy to get 3 metal. Okay, none of these are ideal. The mother load could be nice to get some easy metal. Or you want the scrapyard. Being able to getting a free metal after building a card once per round could be really useful. Also the drone. Discard a card getting an extra die equal this turn with value equal to building cost. That's the best one. Yeah, I'm going to take that one. And that's going to refill. And then it's time to roll. Okay, no synergies here. I also have no vitamins. I'm going to go ahead and get this drone card out right away for metal and energy, because I can get a good die immediately for this. And I may think about doing that, because if I spend, this one will give me a 4. No, they're not helpful. I wish my numbers were in better order here. Let's, just in case here, let's just draw a card and see if I get anything better. All right, medical school can also be used. So vitamins can also be used to change the value of an unpleased die by 2. Oh, that's even better. Oh, and it's blue. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get a metal. And then we're gonna spend them. Oh, sorry, did I spend a green card earlier? I didn't spend a green card. Okay, we're gonna spend the metal, and we're gonna drop the obelisk to place in medical school. And then, I mean, the quarry could be quite handy if I can get lots of monuments, because that could be a real metal generator, but it doesn't give me a lot of points. It does give me a 3 though. So let's use my drone ability. I'm gonna discard this card to get a die of value 3 from the pool. And that means I have 2 3s now. So let's get 3 energy. I should put these closer. 2 3, and then place another one for an additional 3 energy. 3 plus a bonus because they match. And because of my special ability, I get a vitamin. So I could do that again. And you know what, maybe I will. Maybe I'll spend the vitamin to change this to a 3. Let's just go huge energy here. So I'm going to get another 3 energy. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 bonus energy because they match. And then 2 vitamins. So this is just a ridiculous amount of energy right now. But I do have to discard down to 12 things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm just going to discard those 3 energy. That may not have been the best move, but I've got the 2 vitamins, which can be really useful because I can really use the medical school to modify my dice. Okay, so now the AI is going to go. Oops. And the 5 means they're going to build the top card from the deck. It's purple, and then they're going to clear the market. Let's get some new cards out here. It's kind of good because I didn't really care for those cards that much. And we're going to compare. So blue, no. Purple, no. Red, no. Yellow, no. Okay, now it's on to my turn. I have no cards in hand, so I can't discard anything for here. Do I like these cards? I do like the Harbor. We'll draw a card when gaining a good. Or I can spend a 3 to get 2 metal and a card. Even the Manufactory, 2 equal numbers to get a good and then some resources. That could also be quite good, especially since I have some decent dice manipulation right now. It is costly though. Yeah, I'm not going to get goods unless I do something. So let's, although the Manufactory, I have a ton of energy right now. I'm mobility energy. Okay, we'll take this one for now. All right, now I need to begin. So let's roll the dice. 4, 5, 4, 3. So I'm out of metal right now, but let's go to mine to get a metal. Go to mine again to get another metal and a bonus metal and a vitamin because of my ability. Okay, so that's pretty good sense here. I need to get some cards though. So let's spend change the value. Yeah, I might be able to do that. Let's play the 5 here to draw a card. It does not match, which is unfortunate. Okay, let's spend a vitamin to change my 3 into a 5, and then draw a card and a bonus card, and another vitamin. I think that combo is going to work pretty good. So the only pairing I have that will work is, well, my Manufactory. I could spend that now. I mean, this one's also good. They're both pretty good. Maybe this one might be a little harder because I need 2 dice. So let's discard that to build the nuclear plant, which will cost me 2 metal and 2 energy to build. And do I want an extra die? Kinda do. So it'll give me 4. So I could combo this into more cards. So let's use this ability to get a die of value 4. Then use a vitamin to change that into a 5. And then place it here and draw a card plus 2 bonus cards because I have all matching ones, and then 2 bonus energy. So I'm really getting some good synergy here with that company and the medical school. Oh wait, did I do that right? Costs me use. Oh, I didn't use the ability. You know what? Maybe. Oh no, I only upped it by 2 once. Because the other one I spent vitamin only up by 1, so that's fine. So I have no synergy in cards. I can't. Oh, I guess I got the pharmacy. Spend 4 energy to get 2. I do have a lot of those right now. Or I can spend 3 metal for a monument where I can store 8 additional resources in the phase. That I don't have the metal for that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'd have to discard 1 thing. But I really want to build the pharmacy though. So far, vitamins are not giving me points. I got lots of vitamins, but I ain't got no points for vitamins. So I might just pass here and discard down to 12, and then end my turn. So AI gonna roll, and they're gonna grab the purple for the 1. And the only one that is scoring is going to be the yellow. Is going to get them a good. Okay, so now it's on to me. I could discard some cards now in order to grab some bonuses. So purple or blue, I could just gain a good. That's not great. Is there any cards I really want? Gain 2 energy after building cards. Draw a card and gain good. I really need to get either some goods or some good points. First, let's discard my extra die, and then maybe I'll drop the think tank to get the specialist, which will give me an extra die. So I'm back up to 5 dice. Okay, let's roll. Okay. Oh, I have a 6 already. Okay, let's put the 6 here to get a good. Put this up there and an energy. Okay. I can't really build the vault right now because I don't have the metal. I could discard a card for an extra card. It doesn't really help me much. Let's spend a 2 for a card. Okay, let's spend another 2 for another card, and then the bonus card, and then the bonus vitamin. Oh, that's good. A 3. But I need metal. I need metal somehow. So let's spend a 4 to get a metal. Then I'm going to drop the phantom and spend 2 metal and 2 energy for the cannery. And then I'm going to spend a vitamin to up the 1 to a 3, place it here, and get a good and a vitamin. So I could discard some cards for a die. Yeah, maybe I'll use the drone. I'll discard this for a 3. And then I'll use a vitamin, just a regular vitamin, up to a 4. Place it in the mine for a metal, a bonus metal because they match, and then vitamin because of my wonderful, wonderful Good Life headquarters here. It has been amazing to me. So I have 2 metal. It's not enough for the vault. I could use the recycling plant to just get cards and more cards and more cards. So, maybe I'll do that. I'll spend a 2 metal and I'll drop the pharmacy and I'll build a recycling plant. Okay, I believe that is all I can do right now. Let's go back down to 4 die. Okay, the AI is gonna go. And they're gaining the purple. And they're gonna get nothing here, good, nothing, and then they're good. So they're gaining 2 goods this round. So definitely starting to catch up in points a little bit here. Okay, it's my turn. I got to draw cards. I could really use that vault for storage because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm over under the limit. I need more ways to get points too, or even cards. Do I discard the vault and get the apprentice? Get a card and a die. I mean, that could be good. Maybe I don't need the vault. Oh, but the vault will give me points. 1 point for every 4 unspent. So it's worth the most 2 points. You know what? Let's discard him to get the apprentice, which gives me a fresh card and additional die. Ooh, that one's even better actually. Okay, what I got? Test range. Ooh, okay. A die, that same amount of energy, gain the amount of cards. Okay, it's not that great. Let's roll. Ooh, I got lots of 4s, which could be good. Could combo them in a mine, but I think I might need some extra things. So let's play the 3 here. That's an easy one. Get a good and a vitamin. What I really need is a way to spend vitamins because I got too many vitamins. 4. This would, the recycling plant would be great. So let's put the 1 in here and draw a card. And then I'm going to use the recycling plant, discard 2 cards and 2 energy to get a good and a card. Architecture firm. Okay, that's a good way to get more cards. Not enough energy though. And then let's get a metal. And then another metal, plus a bonus metal, plus my bonus vitamin. And we're going to spend a vitamin here to up this to a 6 to get a good and an energy. Okay, I could still get additional card by discarding. I'm not sure if I want to. Green, is there anything green I could build? Well, the fitness center. I don't know if that's the best choice though. I could just do the mine again. I feel like the extra die is not going to be that useful. So I think I'm just gonna pass here. Okay, let's discard down to dice number and let's roll for the AI. Okay, they're getting another one of the purple. So blue, no. Purple, yes, they get a good. Oh, red, they are also getting good. Switch them out for 2. Yellow and no. Okay, next round. I might choose to just wipe the cards. I need to see something better. So I'm going to spend a vitamin to wipe these, and hopefully something more interesting comes out. Now there's the monuments. I need some way to get some more points. Oh, green. I can get the megalith. Megalith costs 1 less metal per monument type in your compound. Oh, it's 5 metal right now. Ugh. That's because I don't have any other ones. I can spend green on the mentor, but I really don't need more vitamins. That's not helpful. So I guess I'll get the megalith and then see where things go. Okay, let's roll the dice. Oops. Oh, that's good. I got my 6 from my goods and my energy. I can spend a vitamin, change the 4 into a 3 to get my good and a vitamin. How am I at right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite at the 12 limit yet. I could do the recycling plant thing, but first let's get a card. And the metal is 6 energy. That's quite a bit. Or I can change it into a 3 by using the drone. Pink next time could let me just get a good, which is okay. Oh, the concrete plant. 2 dice and metal is 2 goods. Yeah, it's not great. I kind of want to build the megalith. It is worth 3 points. I need a couple more metal, though, is the problem. So I might be able to achieve it in just straight up vitamins. So let's, okay. Let's use the drone, discard the architecture firm to get a 4. Spend that to get a metal. And then I'm going to use med school to change the 1 into a 3, another vitamin to change it to a 4, and then I'll get a metal, a bonus metal, because I have 2, and a vitamin. And, oh, I discard the green one. You know, maybe instead if I discard the incinerator, it'll only take me additional vitamin to boost that die up. Sorry for backtracking there. And then I'll discard the architecture firm now, and 3, 4, 5 metal, 2 energy for the megalith. That's 3 points. Okay, I am now done. Let's get rid of the extra die. The AI is going to go. And they're starting to get points faster and faster, so I need to hurry it up a little bit. All right, so the 6, they're going to wipe this row, which is too bad I don't have any saved cards to use. 2, 3, oh, these are all the same. It's not fun. And then they're going to add the top card of the deck, which is a monolith. Let's put it down here. And then, let's see, nothing there. Oh, nothing there. Nothing and nothing. Wow, okay, they don't actually get anything this round. It's lucky for me. I am going to get which card? Do I want to see some new ones? Maybe I'll just get the monolith. I'll just pick up the monolith. Ooh, Fettuccine Factory. Oh, 2 equal die, get a good, an energy, a vitamin, and roll an extra die? Interesting. Okay, maybe next round. Roll my die. Got 3 1s. That could be good for card draws. So let's do card, draw. Card, draw one, draw a bonus, and get a vitamin from my headquarters. And this one gives me goods. A 2. I don't have a 2, but I could make a 2. All right, first let's put the 3 here and get a good and a vitamin. And I could, can I build that? It's green. I don't have a green. Discard a red card to get a thing. No. Not really helpful. I need more cards. So let's go to the headquarters again. So cards, 2 bonus cards, and 2 vitamins. So I got so many vitamins right now, but I can probably discard some stuff. So let's get, I'm gonna need some metal. First, let's decide what to discard. So I can discard 1. 1, 2, and to use my recycling plant, 2 energy for a good and a card. And so I can't even afford to build anything. I have so many energy, but I have so many vitamins, but I'm getting short on resources. I can't actually build anything. I could discard, ooh, beacon costs 6, so I can use the drone, discard that for a 6, and then place it on my nuclear power plant for a good and energy. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, not quite there yet. I do have more energy now, so I could build the skunk works. I don't have enough for the obelisk. I need more metal. Skunk works. Yeah, I'm able to do that. This one looks like it could combo well. So let's spend metal, 3 energy, and a matching green card. Play the skunk works. I don't have a 2 die anymore, but that is fine. Okay, all right, that's the end of my turn. Oops. Where'd that come from? Oh, that was the card. That was the card that was stuck under my tray. Okay, I gotta watch out for that. Let's roll 1. They're gonna add, oh, the Manufactory. Oh, that was so good. Okay, and then 2, they get a good. 5, they don't. 2, they don't. 6, they don't. Okay. So now I could get the electrician for a pile of energy. That might be good. Or I can wipe them and see. But let's discard that, take the electrician. So I gain 5 energy and an opponent gains 2, but there's no opponents. So I just get the 5. 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then I roll my 4 dice. Okay, well there's my 6, my 2. I can make a 3. All right, so 6 for a good and energy. And then I gotta get a metal somehow. So I have, that's a 4. Let's discard the obelisk. Oh no, hold on. No, back up. Okay, let's spend the 4 to get a metal. And then I'll spend the 2 and a metal to get a good and 2 cards. Okay, and then I'm going to spend 2 So that's that one. I'm going to spend a recycling plant. So 2 cards and 2 energy to get a good and a card. Ooh, City Park. What does this do? Training type cards cost energy less. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oh, there is energy and metal instead of just metal. So that might actually be better than the obelisk. However, it is green. And then let's just discard a obelisk for the drone to get a 4. Place it here for a metal, a bonus metal, and a vitamin. Now I need to get some cards. I'm kind of getting low on cards here. But do I want to just go for the cannery? Or do I want to try my luck and see if I can draw something to play the city park? Because I could play either of these right now, depending on what I draw. Well, let's play it safe, because there's going to be one more round for sure. So I'll spend this to use my meta school, change the 5 to a 3, and get a good and a vitamin. Okay, that is the end of the round. Whoops, that's what happened last time. That's the end of the round for me. How much do I have here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I'm going to discard a couple of vitamins because I got too many already. Let's roll for the AI. All right, so the 5 is they're drawing the top card of the deck. And then they are wiping the row here and get a new set of cards. And then, sorry, bring that back in here. And then blue gets nothing. Purple gains a good. Red nothing, yellow nothing. Okay, that's my turn. I could use the green for the city park. That's probably best. That's 2 points. Sure, let's grab it. Okay, so this is the final round. Okay, so I have my 3 for a good and a vitamin. I'm going to now build my city park. Or do I want to build the obelisk? Because I need metal for this. I need energy for that, which might be easier to get. Okay, let's build the city park. So I'll discard the laboratory, metal, 4 energy, and build the city park. And then let's just try to maximize points here. So 2 here and a metal for good and 2 cards. I'm going to put this here for 2 energy. And I'm going to spend, for the recycling plant, I'm going to spend 2 energy and 2 cards to get a good and a card. Got a pile of goods here. And then I'm going to use my drone and discard a test range, which is a 4. To add a 4. I'm going to use the vitamin and the medical school to change it to a 6. That gives me a good and energy. I have 1 more die. I could just try to draw a card and see if I get something useful. And nope. Oh, it's in a recycling plant. I already have recycling plants. All right, so there's no way I can build anything else or manipulate die for anything else. So that is done. Now the AI's last turn. And they're adding a blue, and then no points there, no points there, no points, no points. Okay. Did I lose the card again? Okay. All right, so now we're going to add up our final scores here, because we're almost done. Cards in hand, goods are not going to be worth anything. although I believe they are a tiebreaker at the end of the game. The most metal resources, and then energy resources, and then blueprints. So I have no metal or energy. Let's see. So the AI is going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so cool 20 points for the AI. And let's see what I'm going to get. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then all these little chips here. I have 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27. All right. That went pretty well, probably thanks to my Good Life, not fitness, my Good Life, I guess maybe it is a fitness company because they're giving out vitamins. It's got to be some sort of a fitness or well-being company. Okay, so that was a pretty solid win. Let's head back up and I will give my review. All right, so that was a full playthrough of Fantastic Factories with the Manufactions expansion, but it does play very much just like the base game, except for the vitamins. I did look into a pretty strong combo with this Good Life, not fitness, or vitamin company, and the medical school, which allowed me to spend vitamins to raise things by 2 instead of just 1, which is a pretty nice ability to have. So I end up getting a ton of goods. All right, so first let's take a look at the components. The cards are decent quality. They're nice solid cards. So they're not unfinished, but they're still nice cards. The bits are fine, maybe a little small, but you can have quite a lot of them, so I can understand that they need to be fairly small. The dice are just great. The dual layer player boards for resources are thick and chunky and work really well. And overall, there's quite a lot in the box, really. It's not a big size box. And there's quite a lot of cards and things in here. And even with the expansions, everything fits cleanly into the box. There's no insert, unfortunately, but I like to use little containers and stuff, which make it easier for setup anyways. In terms of the art and design, the graphic design is very clear. It's very easy to read. It has almost like a Lego type feel with the little characters on the cards and the fun artwork. It is a little sparse. I think it's potentially an acquired taste because it does look kind of like those more like symbols are not symbols, but like kind of like a construction sign of some sort that is fairly sparse. But I think it works. It's consistent and clean. And I quite enjoy the art. It's quite good, and they do match the different things that you're doing in a sense. And there's also some variability. So variety. So, for example, each of the robots look differently, even though they're essentially all the same. In terms of gameplay, the drafting works well. It doesn't take too long. And you do have that neat option of getting the specialist for discarding a card. Some of them can be quite useful. There's a little bit of helping out other players too, where you are maybe getting 3 resources for yourself and 1 to another player. And of course, getting a card from the market that might give the option to get just the right card you need so you can play a card that you've been holding in your hand. Works well. And then the main phase of the game where you're rolling dice and building cards and using actions is just such a fun comborific resource management where you're just trying to eke out as much as you possibly can from every last drop of resources and using them in the right orders to, get new cards, maybe take a little bit of risk that way, or maybe roll new die. And, the abilities of combos where you're building upon multiple dice of the same numbers, or the fact that some of the factories that give points require you to spend your dice not on getting more resources, but instead on acquiring more goods, which are in-game points. And there's alternate paths to victory too, I feel, because you could just rush out, or you could just get a whole bunch of buildings that are with points, or even go for megaliths that are big, expensive buildings worth a lot of points and not have a lot of goods, or you can go very good heavy. You're really trying to find good combos and benefits from things that you are building so that you can really kind of trigger that engine where you're getting lots of points. In terms of the solo AI, which again does work the same with the Manufactions expansion or the base game, it is very simple to manage. It's just a die roll and a quick comparison at the end of each round. While it doesn't totally feel like a human player, it does, there's not a lot of player interaction anyways, aside from just seeing how close people are or taking cards from the market, which is what the AI does. And it does kind of ramp up points, so the longer you take to build to that end game trigger, the more points it's going to have. So you do need to kind of get your engine running up to speed quickly enough. You can balance the difficulty a little bit by how many starting cards the AI has, which is always nice to see. So I do approve of the AI. And then as far as gameplay, this review is, and additional thoughts, I do find that I really do take to this engine building where you're getting new things and doing more stuff. You're growing throughout the game and doing more and more interesting things throughout the game. Each game I've played turns out quite differently, especially with the expansion adds just a ton more cards, almost doubles the amount of cards available. There is never quite the same game twice. And I think it works really well. It's easy enough to teach, so there's really not that much rules in it. It just use each card once, place your die to get the bonuses. That's probably the trickiest thing is how the bonuses work. But once players have that in their heads, I think it goes fairly smoothly. And I've played this with gamers who are less experienced in terms of the variety of games that they've played in the past, and they've really taken this quite well. So I think that works. And then, of course, playing with experienced gamers, or once people are comfortable with it, the fact that you can all essentially build the engine part simultaneously. You do have to trust that people are following the rules properly and not making mistakes, but it really shortens the time frame of the game. You can get a decently meaty engine building game in a less of a time because everyone is doing their actions simultaneously. This comes at the drawback of not having a lot of player interaction. If you want more player interaction, you can play with the Subterfuge expansion, but there's a little bit too much to take that, where you are aggressively messing with other players' things, and I'm not a fan of that in this style of board game. I think there's a place for that. Some players might love it, but I would advise against it because no one wants to have their nice collection of buildings messed with during the game. But I do highly recommend the Metafactions expansion. It adds, like I said, not only doubles the cards, it adds the vitamins, which gives you some much needed mitigation of the dice rolling, which if you've seen any of my dice rolling games, I don't always have the greatest luck. So mitigation is great. And it adds this stack of building tiles, and they're all different. Each company offers different bonuses and different starting goods. I'm not 100% convinced that they're all balanced, but I have seen them all used to good effect. And it kind of depends sometimes on what other cards you get that synergize with your company. So that's a highly recommended expansion. It's not too expensive either, especially if you like the base game, which the expansion is not necessary, but if you like the base game, you're going to want to get the expansion too. So overall, both for solo and multiplayer, this is a pretty high recommend for me. It holds up against a lot of the other engine building style games. If you really enjoyed something like Wingspan and you're looking for something maybe a little bit faster with some different kind of aspects to it, this is an excellent example of that. That's got some similarities, but it is also its own unique thing. So that has been Fantastic Factories. Thank you for watching. You can check out some of my other engine building style board games or my Wingspan review. and come back and watch more videos. Thanks.